Friends, my name is Somnath and welcome to Nyam Fenilum. Today we are going to talk about fertilizer. Now, many of us are using fertilizer for water lilies and lotus, and many have this query about what fertilizer to use, when to use, and how much to use. So, let's first understand what is fertilizer and why it is necessary, or is it necessary or not. See, every plant grows out of nutritions. If you grow a plant in a medium, that medium is a property which contains in nutritions, and that nutrition is a substance for a plant to grow and grow larger, grow bigger and huger. What happens is when your medium doesn't have any nutrients, your plant doesn't grow well. And there could be a lot of reasons for it. If you are using the same soil, if you are using a poor soil, if your medium is not good, and many other things. And if you're using also a very small pot, so then what happens is people could not see the results. Their plants doesn't grow well, their plants stays very small, doesn't get huger, and then they feel that nutrition has to be added. Now nutrition is a different concept. Your plant doesn't grow because of a lack of a good medium is one part of a story, and you have to add a fertilizer, that is one another part of a story. So always understand your first part, you have to always work out. You have to have a good medium because that is the primary source of nutrition for your plant. And if that is completed, you doesn't need the second options for fertilizer. You don't have to go to fertilizer. Why not so is because I refer a term called neutral fertilizer. Now what is neutral fertilizer for me is uh, any nutrition which is available in soil in a good way. So like if I'm using a very rich pond bed clay soil which has a lot of nutrition in it, that nutrition doesn't going to kill that plant because that nutrition will stay intact, and it will be only available to plant when the plant needs it. So it is not going to push plant. So if suppose there is a winter coming and my plant wants to go dormant, it can go dormant without any hassle. But if suppose my if I add a chemical fertilizer in that soil, and if my plant wants to go dormant, that chemical composition of the fertilizer composition will always keep on sending that nutritions, the alerts to the plants to grow, to grow, to grow. And what happens is a lot of plant will take that stress and try to grow very large with good blooms, and gradually that plant loses all its energy, save energy, and loses the vigor, and it dies and rot and decay. So most people make this mistake of adding a lot of fertilizer, and they think that adding a fertilizer is a answer to their questions of not able to grow a good lilies. Definitely we all wants to grow good lilies in a small pot, but those are very fancy thing anyone can do with fertilizer. It's not that you need to be have a very lot of expert, but also understand that you can kill that plant, or your plant may not have a good vigor, or you may lose its tuber too. Now there are many nutritions available, fertilizer available in market. One is CRF, control released fertilizer, that is a granules here which are coated with plastic and other, and has a time release formula. So this granules has a time release formula, so it can last for 3 months, 6 months as per the formula it was put in. Now there is a local fertilizer being manufactured by a friend. Again, it is also a slow release fertilizer, but it is not coated. So this can stay for around 2 months, 45 days to 2 months. So this is also a good options. See, anything which can stay for short period is good. Anything which stays for very long period is not good. But again, it makes a lot of effort if you have to keep adding fertilizer every in an interval. Secondly, it's not a good thing. Your plant will grow, it will grow stress again, that the lack of nutrition again you will add. So that fluctuation in the nutrition cycle is not good. So anything which is consistent is always good. So I recommend is very good soil, good pot size. Why good pot size is because plant likes to have a good nutritions, and with smaller amount of pot you will always have smaller amount of nutritions. It's not that you are going to put one pill in that soil and the miracle is going to happen. There is nothing, there is no soil with such composition where one little soil will give you a very 10 feet plant. So you need to have a very big pot to grow a water lily very huge. Second is adding a nutrition is a expert thing. So anyone can add fertilizer, anyone can get results, but the post uh, after effects of the nutrition is very few people can understand and understand what is going to happen with the plant. So remember, nutrition is one part of your story. The main important part is to always use a soil which is neutral and which is having very good properties. So always try to use a good soil and try to avoid fertilizer. And if you are using fertilizer, be always aware that this could kill your plant or make your plant make big tuber which has less vigor. The tuber could float, many things into it. They can have curly leaves, lot of stress. Also, adding a fertilizer to lotus and hardy is somewhat safe than tropical lilies, because tropical tubers tend to rot much often than hardys, and hardys need more strong fertilizer. Lotus also same, but again adding a lot of fertilizer will not give you any tuber. So remember, do not add a lot of fertilizer. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, but I have a lot to say about this topic. Maybe we will capture this in some other video. Hope you like this video or a little piece of information. Also, since it's already been October 10th today, I would ask everyone not to fertilize now your lilies and lotus and let them have a rest if there is a winter to follow in your place. So here it will start to have winter from mid-December. So I have already stopped fertilizer and I'm using, but I know the pros and cons of it. So I will not recommend anyone to use any fertilizer, and let your plant have a peaceful dormancy, and then they might make some good tuber. Hope this video helps. Take care, be in touch. Have a nice day.